What's poppin', y'all? Welcome to my guide on the 10 best ways to get gold in the Hypixel pit. In this list, I try to stay away from obscure mystic combinations and renown upgrades, as lower prestige players probably won't be able to get a Moctezuma 3, Gold Boost 3, Executioner 2 sword. So let's start this off with number 1, which is quests. Often, people overlook one of the easiest ways to get gold: the quests. There are 3 quests that you can do, 2 are daily and 1 is weekly. The first quest is Hunter, which is a simple quest which requires you kill 25 players and grants 1000 gold upon completion. The second quest is Contractor, which is completed upon completing a contract and also grants 1000 gold. The final quest, and probably the best one, is Double Up, which upon grinding 10,000 gold, you will receive an extra 10,000 gold. The main downside to this way of grinding gold is upon completing the quests, you need to wait for them to refresh. It's a simple yet effective way to passively get gold that people often forget about. Number 2, contracts. Contracts are actually a pretty reliable way to get a decent amount of gold, especially if you do your contracts with the enchant Negotiator, which increases the gold reward. You can also get the renown upgrade Contractor to increase the amount of contracts you can do daily. There are 2 types of contracts: small time contracts and big time contracts. If possible, you should try to only do big time contracts, as the only possible downside is failing the contract. When choosing a contract, you should first assess which will be the easiest to complete. I usually like to go for simple ones like get a triple kill or kill 15 players, as the easier it is, the faster it will be to complete it. There are some contracts, on the other hand, that you should completely avoid, such as void kills or lava kills, as they are just not worth the time and effort you put into it. Not only do contracts give a good amount of gold upon completion, but some contracts even grant chunks of Vile, which is a super important item for higher prestige players who are often willing to spend thousands of gold on 1 or 2 chunks. Number 3, bounties. This one goes without saying, but killing bountied players is a good way to get gold. Obviously, this is easier said than done, as often the people with high bounties are using extremely overpowered gear. There are a few methods in which lower prestige players can effectively hunt bounties, such as using the perk Bounty Hunter, which is especially effective against players using the Highlander Megastreak. Another effective way to hunt is to use Dark Pants, which counter mystic effects. If you are having trouble hunting down a specific player, it's a lot smarter to simply go after a different person, as wasting gold on diamond armor and wasting lives on your mystics might not even be worth the gold from the bounty. Side note, when hunting players, try to make sure that they're on a mega streak before you hunt them down, as if you wait for a mega streak and they have assistant to the streaker, they won't lose lives upon dying. Number 4, Moctezuma. This method requires a few different items with certain perk setups to be effective. Basically, there's an enchant called Moctezuma, which increases the amount of gold you receive on kills. Not only is this enchant extremely overpowered, but it can also be put on mystic pants and mystic swords, effectively doubling the received gold. In conjunction with the Mega Streak Highlander, which gives an extra 110% gold upon kill, it can be quite easy to get a couple hundred gold per kill using this method. Number 5, Highlander Bounty Dupe. Speaking of Highlander, there is currently a small glitch going around which is quite simple to duplicate. All you need to do is get yourself a 5,000 or above bounty while using the Highlander Mega Streak. Then simply get out of combat and do /oof. Doing this will send the player into spawn, giving them the on death effect from Highlander, which gives you your current bounty. The bug is that upon doing this, the player won't actually lose their bounty, effectively doubling your bounty. What I like to do at this point is use Selfcheck 3 pants to remove my bounty and gain 5,000 gold. This way I don't have to drop down with a high bounty. Number 6, Pebble 3. Of course this is here. Pebble 3 in conjunction with a few perks can be easily one of the best ways to grind gold. All you need to do is get the perk Trickle Down and use the kill streak Gold Nano Factory, which every 7 kills gives you a gold nano factory that upon use drops 7 gold ingots in front of the player. Then slap on Pebble 3 pants and boom, instant millionaire. Number 7, Paparazzi. Paparazzi is one of those enchants that when you get it, your daily income of gold increases tenfold. As long as you can keep repairing the pants, you will have an infinite plus 150% rewards from all major events if you have level 3. My favorite major event to use Paparazzi pants on is the Robbery event. If you get to 10k gold stashed, then slap on Paparazzi pants right before the event ends, you will get 50,000 gold. Actually insane. Paparazzi is also one of the best ways to grind renown, so it's really a win-win situation. Number 8, selling items. A lot of the time, players forget that they can sell items for a bit of cash that they don't need. Lower prestige players don't really have a use for many fresh mystics, as they can't even tier 3 them a lot of the time. It's a much better use of your time to simply sell any fresh you get to higher prestige players. Usually the rates go around 2,000 to 4,000 for fresh bows, 6,000 to 10,000 for swords, and it's been going up in price, but pants usually go for 14,000 to 20,000 gold. Another good item to sell is chunks of Vile, which you can get by doing night quests unlocked by Heresy and contracts. They usually sell for around 2,000 to 4,000 gold per one. Number 9, Self-Checkout 3. This is more for the higher prestige players, but Self-Check 3s can be godly on longer streaks. Usually you get a 5,000 bounty at around 100 kills, so on a 500 to 600 streak you can easily get 25 to 30k gold from self-checking alone. The only downside is the amount of lives, but luckily self-checks are quite common to enchant, and with the addition of Withercraft, you don't really need to worry about running out of lives anymore. Obviously, you need to be able to get to a 5k to actually use them, so if you can't get to a 5,000 bounty, then self-checks are kind of pointless. And finally, for the most effective way, botting! Hey, we did it, boys! It's the most effective way. You should 100% just bot your way to victory. That's what all the pros are doing.
I'm the trash man. Sans?
Oh my god, are you gay? Are you gay? Are you gay? Are you gay?
Hey, it's your boy, Skinny Penis. 300, right? Guess you're gonna connect to one of the...
Bam! Just like that. That's all there is to it.